Susie, do you have a minute?
Hey, sure, what's up?
So guess what? I just bought some rice online.
Rice?
I know I could have gone to the supermarket, but it's heavy and carrying it back home is a pain. So I bought it online.
If you'd have said so, I would have taken you in the car, you know.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry. Because I don't shop online very often, so I thought I'd treat myself to some delicious-looking luxury rice.
Huh? Luxury rice?
It should be arriving at your place tomorrow, cash on delivery. Now, be a darling and bring it over to our house once it does.
Wait a second.
What?
When you say you sent it to my place cash on delivery, you mean I'm the one who'll be paying for it? Don't you?
That's right. I'm away at the moment, so you were the only one I could ask.
Can I ask how much it's going to cost me?
Let me see here. Yes, 5 kilos for $75.
That much? Are you kidding me?
It's hardly a lot of money. Surely you have it lying around somewhere.
That's not the point, is it? How many times have you made me pay for your things now? Oh, you can't keep doing this!
Oh, lighten up. I don't see the problem.
Well, it is a problem. You never pay me back. Why do you never pay me back?
Good grief, what am I going to do with you? I might be your mother-in-law, but that still makes me your mother. Are you really going to pester your own mother for cash?
Pester you for cash? All I want you to do is pay me back for all the times you forced me to pay for your things.
Stop being such a tightwad. I've never met anyone so selfish. You're working, so a measly $75 is probably pocket change for you. Just see to it that I get my luxury rice.
There's a limit to how high my expenses can go. I'm trying to save up money for the future too, you know. I haven't reached my savings target for the last 3 months in a row because you always have stuff sent to my house without my permission.
Isn't that just because you're bad at managing your finances? Don't you think it's just a tad disrespectful to try and use your own mother as your scapegoat? I'm very disappointed in you, Susie.
This goes beyond me managing the finances. Just last month alone, I paid $440 for your things.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm going on holiday with a friend next month.
Holiday?
You'll never guess. The Bahamas! Not only that, but for 6 days and 5 nights.
Wait, you're going for that long? If you can afford to go on holiday to the Bahamas, surely you can afford to pay for your own rice.
Oh, well, you see, as for the holiday expenses, Elena paid for everything for me.
My stepsister?
She really is such an amazing daughter. She doesn't complain or act like a tightwad with her money whenever I say I want a little something, unlike some.
Wow.
I'm going for a cup of tea with a friend now. I'm counting on you for the rise.
Hey, wait a sec!
Susie, you got a minute?
Graham? Sure, what is it? Oh, yeah, I hope your business trip went well.
Thanks.
Are you done with all your work now?
Yeah, we managed to wrap things up earlier than expected, so I'm chilling out with my feet up in a hotel right now. Anyway, there's something I was hoping to talk to you about.
Did something happen?
Well, it kinda did, but not to me. It's about something my sister told me.
Your sister?
When I checked my phone just now, I realized she'd been sending me tons of messages while I was at work. It's my mom. She has complete control over my sister's finances.
What? What do you mean?
So you know how my sister got her job through a recommendation from my mom's friend who works at the same company?
Yeah, I think I heard something about that before.
Well, my mom's been using her connections at that company to have my sister's entire salary paid directly into her own bank account.
What? How could that be?
Right? I first heard about it today. I was surprised myself. What's even more surprising is that apparently my sister quit the company.
Oh, wow, she did?
She made a complaint to management because she was scared after her creepy pervert boss, who also happens to be married, kept making passes at her. But contrary to what you'd expect any respectable company to do in that situation, they started pressuring her to resign voluntarily.
Wow.
My sister had been wanting to change careers for a while, so she agreed to resign as long as they gave her a severance package when she did. This all went down about 3 months ago.
Oh, so that's why.
Huh? That's why what?
You know, I've mentioned it to you a few times now. Your mom keeps sending me things she bought online to be paid cash on delivery, forcing me to pay, and it all started 3 months ago. She still hasn't paid me back a single cent.
Ah, that explains it then. She can no longer rely on my sister's salary, so she started pestering you instead.
On that note, just today she had $75 worth of luxury rice sent to my house.
Good God. I can't believe the nerve of that woman. No matter how much I tell her not to, she doesn't pay me the slightest attention. If anything, she gets worse.
Have you tried saying something to your dad?
Nope, that's just as hopeless. My mom has control over my dad's finances as well.
Wow, she does?
The only reason I'm fortunate enough to have control over my own money in the midst of all this is because I got the job I wanted after I applied for it myself and declined the offer Mom made for the company her friend works at, and left the family home as soon as I graduated university.
I see. Just think, if you'd have accepted that job offer your mom got you through her friend, there's a good chance you'd be in the same position as the rest of her victims right now.
I think you might be right. Chill went down my spine when I thought about it just now.
Right?
Anyway, about my sister.
Oh, of course. Sorry I took us off the subject.
Not at all. It's important we discuss that too, so don't worry about it. So, I'll carry on with what I was going to say about my sister now.
Okay, please do.
Now, the crucial factor in all this is my sister's severance package.
Severance package?
My sister went out of her way to set up a brand new bank account for the severance package to be paid into, and requested specifically that the company make sure that the money was paid into that account and only that account.
Right. I see. If it was paid into the same bank account they'd been using till now, it'll go straight to your mom.
That's right. That's why she made the new one, to prevent that from happening. Apparently, she planned on moving out of the family home using the money from that severance package. But for God knows what reason, it went straight into my mom's bank account just like before.
What?
She thought something fishy was going on when she hadn't received anything after 3 months, and when she made some inquiries, they told her they already gave it to my mom.
My God. Is there no way she can get it back now?
My mom probably spent it already, knowing what she's like.
No way.
She was saying something about going on holiday to the Bahamas next month.
Wait, the Bahamas? Your mom was sending me messages about that just earlier today. She said your sister was covering all of the expenses for her.
Seriously?
So that's what she was scheming. Your sister doesn't deserve this. She must be so miserable. Isn't there anything we can do? Someone's got to stop your mom's reign of terror.
I agree. That's why I wanted to discuss it with you today. If my sister can just get away from the family home and find work at a company that has nothing to do with my mom, I think she can make it somehow.
I think so too.
I'm gonna fill you in on more of the details when I get home tomorrow.
Okay, got it.
Are you there, Graham? I can't get in touch with Susie. Do you have any idea why that might be?
Oh, Mom, it's you.
I just got back from my holiday in the Bahamas. I called Susie while I was away to ask if she'd pay for a package I bought online. I ordered it to your house to be paid cash on delivery. I just went over there myself because I can't get through to her. But no one seems to be home. I wanted to get hold of my rice ASAP since I planned on having some with my favorite hamburger patties and garlic sauce for lunch tomorrow. I'm in a real pinch here.
Susie's next to me right now.
Oh, she is? Please, could you ask her where my package is? It should have arrived yesterday.
Oh, that. She was unable to accept it.
What? Why?
Because we moved out 3 days ago.
Huh? You moved out? What do you mean? Don't joke about things like that, Graham. Where's my luxury rice?
We moved out.
What?
We moved out of that house. Let me rephrase. We no longer live in that house.
Huh? You moved out?
Which is why, if you want to know where your package is, I suggest you phone the delivery company's customer service line or the manufacturer and make an inquiry yourself.
Just slow down for 1 second. What are you talking about? I very clearly asked Susie to take care of this for me.
Didn't she tell you she had plans that day and refused? I came back off my business trip just as all this was happening, so I know about everything.
Well, maybe so, but I was certain she was just telling lies so she could get out of paying.
Yeah, about that. How many times have you forced Susie to pay for cash on delivery packages that you specifically arranged to arrive when she was home, Mom? You owe her well over $1,000 by this point. When exactly do you plan on paying her back?
Well,
I get it, Mom. You had no intention of paying her back to begin with.
Well,
Stop treating my wife like your personal ATM.
Oh, ATM, don't be ridiculous.
Then there's the issue of what you've been doing to my sister.
Elena?
I know about everything. You used almost her entire severance package from when she left the company to fund your trip to the Bahamas and your lavish spending sprees. I also know about how you used your connections at her old company to see that her salary was paid into your bank account every single payday.
No. You've got it all wrong. That was because I was worried about her. Elena's never been very good with her finances, so I decided to help her.
Cut the crap, Mom! The only one who's no good with their finances is you.
Me? How dare you?
The whole family knows about your disastrous spending habits and how wasteful you are. I dread to even ask how much money's left in your bank account right now. You're the most frivolous person I've ever known.
But,
And that's why my sister moved house too.
What? Wait a second. Elena moved away too?
Of course she did.
Not of course she did. I just put in a recommendation for her at another company, and they were about to invite her for an interview.
Why am I not surprised? All so you could continue using her as your ATM, right? How long do you have to exploit her before you finally be satisfied? You take everything she has and you still want more. That's why the three of us, me, my wife, and my sister, all decided to move away all at the same time. We used the time you were away on holiday as our opportunity to get away from you.
How could you?
Oh yeah, we can't forget about Dad.
Huh?
He moved independently of the three of us, but I heard he also used your Bahamas trip as his chance to get out of the house.
No, your father too? This can't be happening. Everyone's abandoning me. Wait, more importantly, where on earth did he get the money to leave home from?
Apparently, he'd been saving up for years, biding his time, waiting for the right moment. He also told me he's currently in the process of setting up a new bank account, and the account his salary goes into will be changing before long.
What? What do you mean?
You seriously don't understand?
How can I understand if you don't explain to me?
The bank account Dad's salary has been going into this whole time. Basically, the bank account you've been spending all the money in like it was your God-given right for years will stop receiving payments as soon as the change has been finalized. To summarize, you won't be getting a single cent out of him ever again!
What? Stop this at once. What has gotten into you all? Where has your father gone?
I've got a pretty good idea about what Dad intends to do from here on out. But since that's none of your business, I won't be telling you a thing. If you want to repair the damage you've done, you need to do it yourself. It's time you stood on your own 2 feet for a change, mother.
Wait!
Goodbye. A few days later, my dad sent my mom the divorce papers. My mom was seething over the unprecedented situation she found herself in of being abandoned by all of her loved ones in one fell swoop. But luckily for her, her little brother, my uncle, was kind enough to take her in. And thanks to my uncle somehow or other persuading my mom to go through with it, the divorce was finalized. Now, my dad and sister are enjoying their fresh start in their new homes, while finally being able to appreciate the satisfaction of actually being able to spend their own money for a change. We're using all means necessary to ensure that my mom pays my sister back every last cent of the severance package she stole. And she's currently spending most of her days on the verge of tears working tirelessly to see to it that she makes the money to fund those repayments. As soon as she's done paying my sister back, a solitary existence of living alone without a single person to rely on is all that awaits her. By finally being forced to work, I hope she finally understands the value of money and how difficult it can be to get by.
Hey sis, is now a good time to talk? Hello, Tiffany. It's not like you to message me. Is everything okay? I heard you quit your job at Globex Corporation. Is it true? Why would you quit such a good company? They're like one of the most famous companies there is. I don't get it. Huh? Sure, I quit, but that was 5 years ago, Tiff. How come you're asking me about this now? So, basically, what you're saying is you're an unemployed NEET right now? No, why would you think that? I'm working. A lot, actually. Huh? Wait, what? I'm pretty sure I told everyone last time our families met, but Globex Corporation didn't have any issues with its employees having secondary jobs. So I worked as a designer on the side. Over the years, my design work came to occupy more and more of my time, and I got orders from more and more clients. Eventually, I was making enough money that I figured I could make the same as or more than my salary at Globex if I quit and went full-time with the design stuff. So that's exactly what I did. I started up my own company and now work full-time as a designer. Wow, you work as a designer? What kind of stuff do you make? Oh, you wouldn't happen to make welcome signs for weddings, would you? How about wedding invite letters? You know, that kind of thing? Oh, wait a sec, Tiff. Listen, I can make those things, and if you're going to ask me to make them for you, I can absolutely do it, but you should know it'll cost money. Is that okay with you? What the heck? You'd ask for money from your own family? Even though the stuff we need is going to be used for your own little brother's wedding? I'm your sister-in-law, Helen. Don't you think you're being a little stingy and small-minded here? Or is it just that things aren't going well with work and you're so broke you have no choice but to charge me? My brother warned me you might reach out, and he said that if you make any attempt to make me work for free to make things for the wedding, that I'm to refuse firmly. Funnily enough, he said that if you offer to pay for it, I should refuse even more insistently. Wait, what the hell? Kelvin said those things to you? God, why is he like this? He's a great guy most of the time, but whenever we discuss anything to do with the wedding, he becomes the stingiest guy on earth. He told me how you have a habit of trying to buy exorbitantly expensive add-ons for the wedding whenever you have free reign over the credit card. So much so that he had to limit your access. In his words, if we go over budget on this wedding, it'll have an impact on our lives for years down the line. Apparently, your spending got so out of hand, he felt the need to anticipate whatever crazy purchase you might attempt to make next in order to come up with preventative and/or damage control measures. Wow, are you kidding me? He said all that? Oh my God, he's such a snake. You only get married once, Doesn't a girl deserve to enjoy the most special day of her life with no regrets? It's not fair. Why are you telling me this? If you have a problem with it, talk to Kelvin. You guys' attitudes towards this are so different that even I'm worried. You're pretty much day and night when it comes to your views on money and budgeting. Yeah, whatever. I don't need a lecture from you. I don't need your concern either, lady. You're a broke, single loser, and your ties to this family are so weak you barely even deserve to be called a part of it. No man would ever want you. You'll never get married, and you should keep your mean comments to yourself. Excuse me? Bye.
Helen, you got a minute? Are you really sure it's okay for me to have this $10,000 for the wedding?
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't have sent it otherwise, silly.
But Helen, seriously? Man, I don't even know where to begin with how uncomfortable this makes me.
The wedding costs, you're way over the budget you planned after you got engaged, right? You helped me out a bunch back when I started my company with things like introductions to potential employees, recommendations on accounting software, corporate registration procedures. I could go on. What I'm trying to say here, Kelvin, is that this is my way of saying thanks for everything you did for me.
I see. I can't describe how grateful I am for this, sis. Thanks so much. To be honest, it's a huge help. I'll use it wisely, I promise.
Hey, what the hell is this piece of junk, Helen? You've got some explaining to do. The coffee machine you gave us as a wedding gift, I just Googled it, and it apparently only costs $500. You frickin' tightwad. I know you're hardly a high roller, but I at least thought you made more money than that. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was surprised at first when my brother told me you gave us that $10,000, but then, when I actually stopped to think about it, I realized there's no way a broke loser like you could be capable of getting that much money together. I know. I bet this was easy money you got from lucking out somehow, wasn't it? So go on. How'd you win it? A lottery ticket? A raffle? Gambling? Personally, my money's on a lottery ticket. I know you couldn't have come up with it yourself because you're dumb, useless, and don't have a single talent. Yep, I knew it. You're just a broke loser like I always thought. I can't believe you're actually so pathetic. You tried to prove you were better than me by donating $10,000 to the wedding fund. This is the most hilarious, tragic attempt at flexing at someone I've ever seen. Oh man, my sides hurt. Oh, I know. I just had a flash of genius. This is the perfect opportunity to add a little surprise to the banquet later on. Just for you. Get excited, girl. Woohoo! I did it! During the very last moments of the banquet, I finally managed to expose you as the pathetic, broke loser that you are. Now the whole world knows the truth. I don't know why my mom started panicking and dragging me out of the banquet hall all of a sudden. But I gotta say, that felt great. I feel so refreshed. Tiffany, what on earth do you think you're playing at? Why would you do something like that on such an important day? I can't make any sense of it at all. Just to make sure you don't forget, I'll write down everything I just said to the guests here, okay? You gave us $10,000 to help out with the wedding fund. With easy money you won on the lottery? Don't act self-important, that's nothing. If you didn't like me making that announcement on the loudspeakers in front of everyone at the wedding, then I suggest you do it properly next time and give me $10,000 you earned yourself. You couldn't even afford a proper wedding gift. I'm ashamed to call you my sister-in-law. You really should make more of an effort on fixing your mental health, you know? Because jealousy is disgusting, and no one likes jealous people. You're so broke, and everyone in this family hates you so much. It's actually painful to remember you exist. You are so never finding a husband. If you don't like being told the cold, hard truth, you need to give me another $500 on top of the $500 coffee machine you gave us pronto. Oh, and one more thing. Please do your best to understand what a useless moron you are, even if it means reading over my messages again. I really am trying to help you here. Fine. I want my $10,000 back. What? I'm afraid that ain't gonna happen, girl. Hang on. No way. Were you gonna try and give me my 500 out of the 10,000? What a tightwad. I do wish you at least wouldn't try and pretend you put that 10,000 together yourself, because, like, there's literally no way that's possible for someone as broke as you. Kelvin, have you seen the series of message screenshots I just sent you?
Yep. Oh my God. Helen, it looks like what you did for Tiff out of kindness and consideration totally backfired. Jeez, I can't believe she did that. I mean, seriously. Easy money from winning on a lottery ticket. What the hell is going on in that head of hers?
It was her idea then. To be honest, I didn't think you'd say anything like that.
Of course I wouldn't. All I did was tell her plain and simple. My sister decided to help out by giving us the $10K we went over budget for on the wedding. Not only that, but for some inexplicable reason, she seems to think you're poor. I don't get it. I literally have no idea why she thinks that. Do you? I'm pretty sure I brought up the success of your business and your position in the business world on a few occasions during conversation with her before.
No, beats me too. I never go into detail, but I have told her about my work on a few occasions in the past. She might not know the extent of my earnings, but at the very least, she has no reason to think I'm broke, as she loves to put it.
God damn it, she couldn't be any wider off the mark if she tried. You don't need this, and you certainly don't deserve it, Helen. I'm sorry. Leave the rest to me. I'll make sure you get your 10K back too. I promise.
Got it. All right, Kelvin. It's in your hands now. Kelvin! Oh, there you are. Where have you been hiding? And more importantly, where are you right now? Everyone's gonna be waiting if we don't hurry up and get our butts to the after party ASAP. Move, let's go.
The after party is canceled.
What? Why?
Have you still not realized the gravity of what you've done? What you did to my sister at the banquet was unacceptable. How is it possible you're the only one who hasn't realized? My family, your family, the guests, even the freaking waiters, and obviously Helen herself, everyone was so disgusted with you, their jaws practically hit the floor. Do you still not get it?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You insulted my sister.
Huh?
Everything you said in that banquet hall in a despicable attempt to expose Helen was dead wrong. Helen ain't a broke loser. She's the founder and CEO of the fastest growing graphic design company in all of America.
Huh? Say what now?
And far from having no hope of finding a husband, she's currently engaged to Ben Silverstein, the son of the CEO of Goldman Blacks, one of the biggest banks on the planet.
Oh my God. What?
How can you claim to be surprised after all this time? I already told you this stuff.
Wait, really? No way. You can't have. I'd remember.
You plainly don't. Which is why the $10,000 she kindly gave us was most definitely not the prize money from a lottery ticket, and it wasn't something she came into possession of out of luck. She gave us her hard-earned money because she wanted to help.
No, wait. That can't be. Want to know why? Because I saw your sister buying a lottery ticket.
Sure, Helen does buy herself a lottery ticket once per year. Most she's ever won was $20.
No. This can't be. I'm serious, Kelvin. How come I've never seen her with this Silverstein guy, this supposed son of a CEO?
Because he's away on business in Europe. He plans on coming back to America to marry Helen next year.
No way. You mean your sister Helen was actually super amazing all along?
I already told you all this. I already knew you had a few strange ideas about the world, a slight tendency to make weird assumptions, and a habit of not paying attention to anyone when they spoke to you, but you've gone too far this time. I've had it with you. What the hell is your problem with my sister?
Kelvin, please hear me out. It makes sense, I swear. Think about it. Why the hell would anyone who works for Globex Corporation, one of the most prestigious companies in the world, quit to move back in with their parents?
She quit her job to prepare for starting up her own company, you idiot. And she didn't move back in with our parents. My mom and dad moved into the house she had built for them all.
What? You mean that 3-floor terraced house with a hot tub and mountain views belongs to your sister?
Yeah, for the millionth time, I already told you this.
Wait a sec. Oh my god. If it's not your parents' house, does that mean you won't inherit it one day?
Excuse me? Inherit?
I was so excited to be able to live in that house when your parents died. Ugh!
Jesus, Tiffany, you're messed up in the head. You seriously never listen to a word I say, do you?
Oh my god.
I was going to make my next decision based on how you reacted to me confronting you about what you did in the wedding, but I knew it. This is hopeless.
Wait, what? Kelvin?
I want a divorce.
Why?
Do I have to explain that too? Are you just conveniently ignoring the fact that you insulted my sister at our wedding in front of the whole banquet hall? After you just admitted to waiting for my parents to die so you could live in their house?
But I didn't think I was insulting her. In my mind, all I was doing was telling the truth.
Well, this is what you get for ignoring everything I tell you. Actions have consequences, Tiffany, and my patience has reached its limit. I want to know what the worst thing is. In spite of everything you've done, in spite of all the hurt, drama, and upset you've caused, you haven't uttered so much as a single word of apology. That's what swung my decision. That's what sealed your fate.
What am I even supposed to say to that?
I'm done speaking to you. Besides, we don't even have time for this right now. I have to go and explain the situation to everyone waiting for us at the after party who still think we're married.
Hey, wait! You don't have my consent for the divorce, you know.
Do you want to embarrass me even more than you already have?
Huh?
My parents had to explain to everyone everything you said about my sister was a lie after my mom dragged you out of the hall. Those who already knew Helen is a successful businesswoman were appalled with you right then and there, as soon as you started speaking. But those who didn't, and who may have actually believed the crap you spewed about her, were left looking meek and embarrassed. I even had some guy come up to me and ask, "Hey buddy, are you sure marrying Helen is the right thing to do?" Before my parents took the mic, explained everything, and set the record straight.
That's awful.
Yep, and it was entirely your fault. Nothing you say or do could possibly change my mind at this point. I've lost all faith in you, and it's never coming back. We'll be continuing this conversation through my lawyer.
What the heck, Kelvin? Why would you hire a lawyer? Talk about overreacting.
If you think a lawyer is overreacting after what you did, this is more hopeless than I thought.
But why?
This will go on forever unless we call it a day here. Go home with your parents. I never want to see you again.
Wait, please.
Goodbye, Tiffany.
Me and Kelvin were concerned Tiffany might launch an assault on our parents' house after that, but thankfully, our fears never came true, the divorce was finalized, and everything more or less settled down. Or so we thought. Because after that, Tiffany showed up in the place we least expected it. Believe it or not, she began stalking the son of the CEO of Goldman Snacks, a famous donut chain. It would appear she was trying to kill two birds with one stone. In stealing my fiancé, she could exact her revenge on me while simultaneously marrying into wealth beyond her wildest dreams. Unfortunately for her, my fiancé is the son of the CEO of Goldman Blacks, a bank. Not only that, but he's away on work business in Europe. In a hilarious irony, her inability to pay attention to anything anyone tells her resulted in her being arrested and forced to pay copious amounts of compensation for accidentally stalking a complete stranger. Oh, and let's not forget the compensation she already owes my brother for the absurd stunt she pulled at their wedding. Shortly after her arrest, Tiffany was disowned by her parents, but not before her dad got her a job at a friend's factory in a final act of compassion, probably in the hope that she'd use it as an opportunity to turn her life around. Rumor has it her new boss is as strict as they come, so she'll have no choice but to be on her best behavior at all times from now on. As for me, I'm just enjoying my newly found peace and quiet. What a relief that she's gone. I don't need toxic people in my life, and neither do you folks.